Alright, hi everyone, welcome to today's video. On the day it's being recorded, it is Sunday, June 8th, 2025. Time is around about 5:30 in the afternoon. Temperature, it's about 75 degrees. Feels a little humid. Because as far as I know, if it's supposed to storm at some point today or tonight or something. I don't know when, but it's supposed to happen, I think. Oh man. But yeah. Kind of in the process of well, I'm off tonight. So I'll probably be working on a lot more gaming stuff. Probably doing commentary for another episode of LP number 6, or not 6, but 7, which is I'm pretty sure you guys probably already know about it by now, but it's Crash Bandicoot 1. I commentated and uploaded episode 2 last night, so I'll be doing that tonight. I'll be doing that for part 3, I should say, and then recording hopefully at least 2 more episodes of LP number 8. And well, I recorded 2 episodes of it last night, and god damn, that was interesting, I will say. You'll see what I mean, because oh god, that was definitely something. All right. So we've entered the family section of Hucklebuck. Which is sacred territory, I guess. And seems more or less quiet. But yeah, I've only recorded of game number 8. I've only recorded 6 videos, including the 2 that I recorded last night. And yes, it is a game from a series that we have done before. And yes, it will kind of be a little bit of a pattern. I just made a TikTok on where I'm at in terms of the channel itself, and uploaded it probably half an hour or so ago. And it may or may not deal with my favorite franchise of all time. So yeah, that's your hint for game number 8. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely feels like it's, I mean, if it's humid enough to where it could potentially rain, but there's also a decent amount of cloud coverage too. So, I don't know, it might rain. It's technically supposed to. But yeah. Oh boy. I'm kind of scared about this check I'm gonna get though. Kind of nervous on how bad it's probably more likely gonna be. If it's going to be, I don't know. Because here's my thing. When I first started working at the hospital, my checks were damn near close to about $1,100. But I was also considered full-time, working 5 days a week. And working every other weekend and every other holiday every other year. Then I moved over, then I went down to 4 days a week, which is still full-time. And it was like that, and I had that same 4-day like schedule for the last probably almost 2 years, because that extra day off really does help a lot. Like, yeah, it was helpful. I mean, I still had to work every other weekend and every other holiday, every other year. You know, whatever. That's fine. It's whatever. Making good money. And when I went down to 4 days a week, I was bringing home maybe 900 at most. But when I moved over to nights, which is 3 nights a week instead of 4, I'm like, bruh, you gotta be kidding me. So, if anything, I think at most my checks are gonna be about 700 at most, because I get the shift diff. But, you know, I don't know. I really think it's going to be somewhere between $500 and $700. I'm not going to be happy about it, but we'll see how it is, because last pay period, which was the first pay period of me being on the schedule, I did pick up some days, so it was roughly around $800. You know, what I was mostly used to as, you know, how much my paychecks are. But I didn't pick up at all last paycheck, because the last pay period that I get paid for this week ended yesterday, and today starts the new pay period. So yeah, I'm kind of nervous on that, on how that'll work, and how bad my check's going to be if I don't pick up any hours. But also, there's also the holiday too, so I don't know if that will kind of help it boost it a little bit more or not. I don't know. But all I know is that the next check that I'm getting, either Wednesday or Thursday, more than likely will not be good. At least I don't think it will be. And so in order for me to make more money, and especially get more hours, is if I pick up. And I hate doing that. I hate picking up if I can't help it. Like, I hate it, you know? But, you know, if I have to do it, I have to do it. You know, I'll suck it up. You know? I don't know. I would totally, you know, if I had to, I would totally, find a way to work, for 4 days a week. If I can at least work 4 days a week on nights, I'll be fine. If I were to work one extra day each week, because here's the thing, even though I had work every other weekend still, which you know, I just traded working one weekend for another. So the weekend that everyone else has to work, which is this weekend, the homies have to work this weekend, but not me. So I had to approve my time when I left Saturday morning. Let's see here. Since our time has to be approved by Monday morning. Because if we forget to do it, then the managers will have to do it. So the days that I work every Monday and Friday, which is, you know, whatever. But then I work every other weekend. And my weekend I normally have off, I have to work it now. Which, you know, it's whatever. Ah, damn. Are these white floaty things like, is it like pollen or like what is it? I couldn't even tell you. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna assume it's just like pollen or something from some kind of tree. I don't know what kind of pollen it is, but it's floating everywhere, and I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know. See, I'm just gonna do a little walk around the area that circumstances part of the you know, the Pokestop walk or whatever. So since tomorrow is Monday, I have to work tomorrow night, which is whatever. So this is how the first week, here's what my schedule is for the first half of each pay period is. Sunday off, Monday work, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, Friday work, Saturday work. That's week one. That's the first half of the pay period. Second half of the pay period, Sunday work, Monday work, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, off. Friday, work. Saturday, off. If I could work an extra day every week, I would prefer it to be like the same. That way I guaranteed to work 3 days a week, and you know, every other day, and well, every other weekend, because then that's 4 days a week. I would prefer it to be Wednesday, but unfortunately there's a second there's a second transporter for nights that for all the days that I'm off, he works. And what makes no sense to me, and everyone else can agree with this, is that as soon as I told them, like, yeah, I want to do it, the smart thing would be to keep me at my schedule that I already had, but keep me there until they find a good replacement for my spot, and then put me over on put me on on my night schedule. That would be the smart thing, but management didn't do that, which is stupid as hell. So by sending me immediately over to nights, even though nights would have been literally fine, with one person for the time being, just leave me at the 11:30 until you have a good solid replacement for me for my 11:30 spot, then send me over to the 9:30 shift. That's what they should have done, but they didn't. But whatever. It definitely screwed everybody up, that's for sure, because I was one of the best. Because here's the thing, there's 4 spots of the 11:30 shift. It went from 3 filled to now to 2. And he went from good people, good workers on that shift, like 2 good workers, down to 1. But I don't know. It's just really up to whatever. But then again, the second shift manager for housekeeping and I guess in a way also transport, don't know what the hell she's doing. I've heard stories about her. I've indirectly accused her of abuse of power. I vow to try to take her down with the political system and try to work it against her. If I have to, I will. I'll pull a house of cards on her. And also, she has 3 vacancies to worry about now. At least one in both transport and housekeeping. She's got 3 vacancies. 2 in transport, 1 in housekeeping. And she already has her own little cult or whatever. Now, whether or not if she does a good job as a manager is a whole nother story. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day she will realize the error of her ways and either fix it herself or leave her current post. The rest is honestly up to her. And there's a few factions of people in second shift housekeeping anyways. And some of those factions are kind of split on whether or not if they like her or not. What the hell is all that for? They're about to have a band play or something. But yeah, there's a lot of different factions. Within second shift housekeeping, from my time with them, and especially in my time as a transporter, because regardless if I was on the 11:30 shift or the 9:30 shift, I would at least see them. And plus, I came from that shift because of scandals and stuff going on with the previous one. So I left housekeeping and went over to patient transport during all that was going on. I saw the writing on the wall and got out of it. But the fact that the fact that she thought she could try to tie me down and keep me chained up to her is no. So I saw the writing on the wall again and changed shifts. And I'm now back under the original main senior manager of housekeeping and transport that I think is the only one that does a good job. She may be a little, whatever, but she's at least a good manager, and I'll give her that. As far as I know, she's manager over there for 15 years. Something like that. I don't know. But yeah, even though I really think that out of all of the managers that second shift housekeeping and more or less second shift transport has had, other than the main current, first and third shift manager, the last second shift manager was probably the better one. But, he had his things going on too. I know it's a really bold, hot take. And I've stated this before to numerous people. He had his own problems, but he was at least a better manager. I mean, it's whatever that, managers want to pick favorites. It's whatever, but you should treat all your underlings with respect. And, if they have an issue or problem or concern, you got to listen to it and come up with the best solution possible that will appease not them, but yourself as well. And very much of, the company or whatever. And, good managers like that are hard to find. I mean, I've only had a very few good managers in my life. Very few. I mean, some are better than most. Most are, average or, subpar. And the rest are just, meh. there's shitty managers. And the current second shift manager for housekeeping and transport is in the latter category. And like I already said, if I have to, I will pull a complete house of cards on her. But I do need to go out and about. Everyone in each of the departments, all 20 out of 21 second shift housekeepers, all 5 out of 7, all 5 out of 7 patient transporters that are under her, and ask them a basic yes or no question. Do you find the manager favorable? It's a basic independent study, an independent survey. Now I have to be very discreet about it though. If I can at least get it done by July 1st, because that's our fiscal year, then cool. So in other words, I literally have the rest, pretty much all of June to get that done. But the problem is that some people I won't see, and others I won't see. Especially the 11:30 a.m. transporters. And if I have to, I will go. I will come in on one of my days off and track these people down. But yeah, she has 28 people under her, 21 housekeepers, and 7 transporters. Thankfully, only 7 transporters and not 9, because that was another thing I was worried about too. That when I switched over, if I switched over, who would I be under? Would I still be under her, or on the other manager who I trust more with any issue or whatever? And well, on the day that I picked up for the 11:30, which was a horrible idea, I asked the first shift manager, so since I'm officially on, nights, who am I technically under? Am I under you, or am I under the other one? And she told me that I was under her. And I was like, hell yes, dude. Because genuinely, I actually didn't know who I was going to be under now. Genuinely. Alright, the train's almost done. look like a hunk of shit. So yeah, I think effectively tomorrow I'm going to start my survey. Now, the question does become, do I have to ask before I conduct it? That's also another thing. I don't know, probably. But am I going to? Nope. Not to her. Because it's literally all about her. Unless I lie to her and tell her that it's for something else. The easiest place to start would be with transport. But the problem is that on most days, I only see 3 out of the 5. I don't see all of them anymore, which is, unfortunate. So if I pick up on a 5:30, then I can ask the 2 11:30s if both of them are there. Okay, we are back here at the house. We're gonna call it a video. And thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And also my gaming channel, because, I need more support on that. Thank you. Goodbye. Beep, 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 beep.